We are recording. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Sensical Ramblings, where our rambles make sense. This is the 7th episode, and I am joined with my co-host, Bregan.
Here.
Now let's get into this. How you doing, Keegan? How was your week? It's been another week.
Yeah, another week added to the masses of others,
Of course.
Just constantly creating the temporal illusion of how the older we get, the shorter time feels.
Of course.
All that. Of course. But for the most part, my week has been fine, same as always. What about you?
The days have we're just running the days right now. We're literally next week, just a 3-day week with Thanksgiving's next week, right?
Yeah.
What are you doing for Thanksgiving?
Probably watching anime, playing video games. I might try to get God of War Ragnarok.
Okay.
Thinking about it, but I don't know.
You got money for that?
I mean, I got a job, so I'm gaining money.
How about you get the Switch and play the game you've had purchased for like 2 months
You are
now?
you are not wrong. That's like $300, over $300 I have to have.
Yeah, but you have the game.
Compared to
Just get
60. I do. You are not wrong. I should get it.
It's like you're not at all wrong.
I don't know.
Just can't.
It's because I want to have all in one go. I don't want to have to do the partial payment stuff.
Okay.
But it's hard for me to get that amount of money in one go because a lot of stuff needs to get paid as soon as I get paid.
Okay.
So it takes time. So I'll probably get the game before the Switch.
Alright, in our new segment of Sensical Ramblings, hey Keegan, how much did you make this week? Keegan's paycheck. The series.
It's not that much. I'm working minimum wage, bro. I'm just working at a Chick-fil-A. It's I think it's 16 an hour. So it's like 440 or something per week, I think.
That's something.
Yeah, it's something. It's helping, but it's just minimum wage and all that. Could be better.
That's more than what I get every week, which is negative because I have a spending problem.
Well, then spending.
Well, you told me to stop spending. Well, no, well, you listen here. I have skins to purchase in my medieval warfare game.
Well, I mean, are the skins really necessary?
Yeah. Instead of a normal sword, I get a cool golden sword. That's pretty gangster.
It really is. Isn't gold in Japanese is kin, right, or something like that, or gin?
I think
no,
so.
Kin. It is kin. I think so. Because I'm remembering Gintama.
Gold Tama.
I think his hair was. Well, I think that's silver because that's why his hair was white or whatever, or the bluish white that he had. So, and they made a little parody within the anime of Gintama where he had gold hair or blonde hair, I guess.
Keen
That was
Tama.
his name. Yeah. So I think Kin is gold in Japanese.
Boy, oh boy, this audio.
Bro,
reviewing this audio is gonna be funny with all your background noise.
Oh, can you hear it?
Yes.
Is it very loud?
It's very noticeable.
It just be like that, I can't really stop it since I don't have a good setup here.
We need to get you what are those panels? Acoustic panels?
Those foam sound things.
Yep.
That goes on the wall.
Yep.
I mean, we could, but that wouldn't really change much because I'm not in a different room.
You can just put it all over your. How about we just make a new room in your living room?
Out of that?
Yeah.
Just a wall of those
sounds. It'll just be perfectly silent.
That'd be interesting. I mean, as long as the sounds don't overpower my voice, does it?
Yeah, you're pretty loud. So you're good. You're fine.
I'll just stay at this volume then.
Yeah, that's fine. It might be a little bit
Well,
louder
I
than
don't.
usual. I don't know if I don't know. I never changed the
Yeah,
settings since last week.
oh, maybe that's why. I mean, I could change my microphone settings, but I don't know how that would work.
I guess you can
And
lower
I
it.
just talk even louder.
You can lower it like a little bit, like if you can, just lower it like a tiny bit, because you do sound pretty loud.
That's good.
That's good. Oh, that's super low. You're far away now.
Uh,
Okay, that's
is it
yeah. This works.
80%?
This works. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Okay.
Technical
Or
difficulties, people. Very poggers.
it's gonna happen, It'd be like that.
I wonder if
But
like big
yeah,
shot podcasts and YouTubers like write down all their settings just in case if things get
probably
reset.
they probably have it all saved.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. I don't think it would be a big deal if they like have some technical difficulties during the podcast. They'll add some sort of realism to it. But I guess it depends on what kind of podcast they're trying to do.
True.
We're just doing a ramblings podcast, so our mistakes are part of the ramblings.
True.
Yeah, but I've been like, not really been forced, but I've been needing to like speak Spanish more now at my job.
Really? I forgot.
Because
I forget that
yeah,
you
'cause
speak
there's a lot
Spanish
of
because you don't speak Spanish at all.
because
You
I
don't.
don't need to. Now I've been needing to because there's a lot of Spanish customers and stuff. Some of the workers too that speak Spanish. So when I have to take their order, I have to understand what they're saying in Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been speaking Spanish a little bit more now.
Gotta hit him with the "Do you want
It's
fries
a
with
bit
that" in Espanol.
to get his Popeyes or something like that. I don't know.
Something like that.
Well, because I don't usually use it over there because I don't know some of the terminology for the food items or whatever customization they want. So sometimes they say something, I'm like, what? Huh? What is that?
You say "huh."
Because they be asking for like very specific stuff sometimes. It's like, bro, I don't know what that is. So I just get another one who speaks more fluent Spanish than me and just, yo, what is this?
Somebody who doesn't have a skill issue.
Right? There's quite a few Japanese people that come in too that like order. Although they don't speak Japanese because I don't
Where's your
expect
Chick-fil-A again?
anybody to speak Japanese. It's in Manhattan, like
Yeah, Manhattan's
near
just like
Bryant Park.
a lot of people
Oh
go
yeah,
through Manhattan, so
yeah, we're in a pretty tourist heavy area, so a lot of times we'll get some random
I
people from
could
around the world
stop
and stuff.
by, like, take the F train and just stop by your Popeyes, not Popeyes, your Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, I mean, it's 42nd in Madison, 42nd in Bryant Park on the F train.
Don't be surprised if you see me. Hey, Bregan.
I probably would,
I'm gonna bring
but
the
you
I'm gonna
kind
bring the equipment and we're gonna do the podcast as you're working.
of you're just gonna hear like we're gonna be talking. I don't know. I'm like, I can help next guest. Oh yeah, so what can I get for
Next guest?
you? Next guest. It wouldn't be. I don't think that'd work. But if you come, you're gonna have to like go at a good time or get there like while I'm in front because there are sometimes I'm doing catering like setup where I have to go into the back and set up all the food for the catering orders the next day. Or
Catering?
I might be doing like, yeah, we have like a catering delivery system. So
Oh
the
yeah,
day
yeah.
before, especially for big stuff, I have to. Usually not me now that I learned how to do it. They make me do it, and I just set up a lot of the food, I guess, or the packages that you need.
What's your favorite food to
Kind
prepare?
of weird.
What's your
Chick-fil-A?
favorite? Yeah, what's your favorite food to prepare?
Well, so the way that the
What do you
catering setup
recommend?
works,
What do you like Chick-fil-A food? I'm sure, right? Since you work there.
Yeah, I mean, I eat it for my break, I guess.
But do you like it? Like you would order it? Like this is one of
I
your
mean,
main
I've
choices.
ordered it.
Okay,
Well,
then what do you like from eating there? What do you like to eat from there?
Well, currently what I like is the peppermint milkshake. They got the seasonal milkshake right now.
Peppermint milkshake.
Yeah, they had an autumn spice milkshake for last season, but now the new seasonal is the peppermint milkshake. And I like that. It's mint.
Now, would you be able to make that at home
I mean,
if you had the
maybe.
ingredients?
Probably.
All
Although
right.
I wasn't, I haven't actually been trained on the desserts
On the
part of.
desserts, then how do you make the? Oh, then what do you do then? Do you just make like the food? Then somebody else does like the
So
desserts?
what I do for the catering setups is I get all the dressings, all the sauces, all the like chips if needed, like anything set up, paper goods like
I know.
forks,
Yeah, I
napkins,
know
all that
Chick-fil-A.
stuff.
Chick-fil-A has their own like chip brand. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so we. So I just have to like make sure I do it correctly for it. I have to get all the trays if they need any paper plates if they need it, how
Okay.
many exactly they need. That's kind of I don't prepare the food itself like that. Like I prepare like I guess the packages for the food that are gonna go in the morning.
Got it.
And sometimes there's quite a bit of packages, so it just depends on the amount, the big order, or however big the order is. But what I normally do though, if I'm not catering setup, I'm either on the till, like or on the cash register, just taking orders, or doing mobile orders where they order on their phone. I have to set it up for them before they come, or any deliveries I have to set up before they come and take it, or maybe bagging the food, where I put the food in the paper bags for the customers.
Do
So
you
it just
think you've
depends on.
do you think like your time working at Chick-fil-A has made you a better chef or handle customers, like just people in general, working the
I've
cashier?
handled I've handled people the same way I've always done, and since I'm always happy, whenever the customers are having an attitude, it doesn't bother me. I still
You're just
treat
like
them
it just be
exactly
like
the
that
same.
sometimes.
Bro, I literally just be smiling the entire time, and then they start having an attitude, and like, oh, okay, and then I keep asking them the exact same thing. I'm like, okay, what would you like? What else would you like? Or is that all? Like, I don't even react to it.
Keegan said,
Like, there was.
he said, I do not care. Would you like fries with that?
Would you like fries with that?
He's like,
Would you like fries with
all right, that's nice, Uncle. Would you like fries with that?
that? Yeah, that sounds like a skill issue, but anyways, would you like fries with that?
Yeah. Anyways,
Yeah, but I mean, there was this one time where this woman came in asking for another sandwich with no pickles, and she
no
asked me
pickles.
because I was in the mobile area. Yeah, I was in the mobile area, which is in the corner where all the customers like stand and wait for their food. So she just came up to ask me, and I was like, okay, let me them to make it. So when I did, I just went back to my mobile corner and just kept doing mobile orders. And I think she got mad because, to be fair, I didn't specifically tell her that they're making it or they're going to be a minute. But she just got mad and was like, "Well, this guy doesn't know how to do his job." So then she asked the next person that came or that walked by, the next worker, told and asked her about it. She did the exact same thing I did. Went to the back and asked, and then she still had to wait. So then the manager came and she asked the manager, and he did the exact same thing.
That's actually hilarious.
at that at that point, I pretty much realized that she knew that it's not that simple as just getting a sandwich and that's it.
It's
And
a
she
it's a
probably knew that
process.
yeah, and she probably knew that it's not necessarily my fault for it taking a while. Like I was just there talking and telling them about it. So like it's not that I don't know how to do my job. It's that there are certain things that have a certain process, like you said.
Some customers feel
I just thought
like you've had a lot of entitled customers, I'm sure, right?
a little bit. It's actually not too bad from what I've seen. I know there are a couple like mishaps here and there. Like someone got one of the cashiers got cursed at because I think they forgot to give him the receipt. I remember he
Really?
got mad because he was like in. Oh, I think yeah, and I think he got mad because he was entitled. Like
For a receipt, this man was about to kill the cashier for.
yeah, he was just as he was walking away, he was just cursing her out and just walking out. And everybody was just kind of like it was like sometime in the morning too, so like there wasn't like nobody else there. It was just him that got his order, and so everybody pretty much heard it. there's a story something they told me though before, like I think it was over the summer, where this homeless guy was trying to like scam one of the managers, I guess, because they were like taking his, not really taking his order, he was like asking can they like change, I think 50 or something, and I forgot exactly what they said, but like they said he tried to get like the $50 and the change back, like so he just tried to get extra money for nothing.
He tried to do
And
the infinite money glitch.
yeah, and the manager that was like talking to him about it said that you can't do that. I think he got super mad that he started spitting on her,
That's
and
this like you can like
apparently,
I would handle people like arguing and stuff, like an argument, but
oh yeah,
when the saliva and spit start
bro,
flying out, I'm throwing hands.
no, bro, they told me that the people in the back, like in the kitchen and stuff, since you can sort of see, but you can hear it,
Yeah.
they all came out and were like ready to fight him and stuff. It was funny.
Bro
Apparently,
thought he
from what
picked
I
a
heard, I
fight.
wasn't there.
He thought he picked a fight with one person. Everybody comes out of the kitchen to it's
Bro, for real. But it's usually never too bad. Like every now and then you get loud people that like randomly scream or something, but it's usually not too bad because we're usually like efficient with everything. We'll just get in, get out, and that's it.
mm-hmm.
So, so far my fast food experience is not too bad. It's pretty fun, not gonna lie.
That's good.
Yeah.
I don't think will ever have the opportunity to actually work at a fast food place. I'm gonna try to go for like Google or Microsoft when
I think.
get out of college.
Yeah. I think you could at least try fast food or retail just to like have that kind of experience, even if it may be bad. It's just so you know like the kind of people that exist in the
Mhm.
world. But I don't know. Depends on what you want to do.
I know there's a
'Cause
lot
I
of
don't know how fast you can be with
there's
people,
there's I know there's a lot of wonky people. You know
yeah,
what I mean by
especially New
wonky
York.
people. Yeah. The subway systems, it scares me. Sometimes I actually use the subway system. I don't know if I have any interesting
Yeah.
stories, but the amount of people I see and the amount of
Oh,
like, groups of people I see is just interesting, really.
oh yeah, there's a bunch of. If you ride the subway long enough, you're gonna just see some things, and you're gonna see it enough times to where you get desensitized and start ignoring it and not
I've been
caring.
getting
Like,
desensitized to a few things, like when I'm on the bus. Usually,
yeah,
there's
but
like big disputes, and I just would not care. I wouldn't even look behind and see what's going on.
yeah, but like bus stuff and train stuff are kind of different because like train is more like what is it, building up of it or something, while
Hmm.
bus is more like an explosion, I guess you could say. Like it just happens on the bus, but in the train, it's just all types of stuff that either build up to it or it's just constantly there.
Yeah, it's
Kind
true.
of weird to explain.
Usually for the train and
Yeah.
stuff, it's like problems. Like you'll see the beginning of the problem and how it like ends. It'll build up. The bus, it's just people could bring their problems and stuff, and like loud people start stuff on buses. Like I remember, like when I got on the 112 to go home, there'd be like students coming home as well, right?
Yeah.
And these students are loud. They're one of the. It's like a rowdy bunch. We know the rowdy bunch. We
But
were
yeah,
the
we're
rowdy
getting to
bunch.
that age. Yeah, I know we're getting to the age where we just get annoyed by all the kids being loud, even though we were once those kinds of kids.
We were those kids. 50,000 people
I always
used to
think
live
about
here.
that.
Now it's a ghost town.
I always think of that while I'm riding the train, or it's like there's like a group of like high school students just being loud and talking, like, and they're like normally talking, but they're just loud.
High school students being high
It's
school
not really
students.
annoying. Yeah, yeah, it's not really annoying to me, but it's jarring because out of nowhere the dude walk in and you just hear all this loud noise. Start thinking like, I used to be like this.
Now I hate them, just like the
So I
adults
can't
hated
blame them.
us. Exactly.
Yeah.
Growing up is very interesting.
It is.
I'm turning 20 like in less than 2 weeks.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, gotta get that pure adult status. No more teen in your age.
No more teen. Straight adult.
Even though you're already adult in legal standards.
Legally, yes, but no more teen. I'm no longer a teenager.
Pretty much. What are you gonna do for your 20th, for your second decade alive?
I don't know. Do you want to do something? I don't know.
I don't know. Could do. I don't know. What do you want to do?
It's cold. I don't want to do anything.
Let's go ice skating, bro.
Hell no.
Oh, why not?
I've been once.
I like ice.
I've gone ice skating once.
Yeah, I went once in 10th grade when they had that trip, and that was it.
Went once in middle school. Never again.
Gone in middle school. Did you fall a lot or something?
Yeah, I made one rotation. I went around the circle, like the rink once. That was it. I gave up. And
were you holding the?
Yes, I was. And so right, shut up, right? Where's this thing? Yeah. So then when I went around and I gave them back my skates, I was like, some friends were like, "Hey, come on, let's go back around for another." And I was like, "Okay, fine, let's do it." And guess what? Guess what, Keegan?
Fall.
No, I couldn't get them back after I put them away.
Oh wow.
So I was just there sitting and drawing while everybody else was having fun, and they were like professionals doing it. Like some real professional skaters. I'm just like, jeez, I'm outclassed here. I don't like this.
Yeah, since it was my first time ice skating, all I did was just like watch the feet of the two pros that were with us, just watching it and just copy them. And I was able to pretty much almost immediately let go of the wall and start skating and just turning on my own. It wasn't too fast, but it was controlled. And then I started getting faster and faster. It was harder to turn in those cases, so I just kind of like I went into the wall, braced myself in my arms, and then pushed back off, just back and forth like that. Okay. And then I think I only fell once, and that was like towards the beginning. But I didn't really fall bad. I was just more like was already slipping, so I kind of like crouched down, and then I fell a little bit, and then I kind of did a starfish formation and just slid while spinning a little bit because I was going a decent speed at that point. So I just kind of like, let me just lay down and like slow down. So it just be like that sometimes though.
We can definitely do something though, but
skiing.
Are you crazy?
Upstate? Or the Adirondack Mountains, bro? Upstate?
Yeah, maybe like in a few years' time. Are you crazy? It says skiing.
Maybe. Yeah, I mean, I want to do some stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, we could just like watch a movie, or go to like Dave and Buster's or something.
Dave and Buster's is I mean, we can do something like that. Meet up somewhere.
Oh, you wanna go to Sky Zone?
Sky Zone would be fun.
Yeah, there's one in New Rochelle, bro. That's the one I always go to. And it's pretty cool. Get some exercise in while having fun too.
Yeah.
Cause you get like tired. Fast.
I've been to Sky Zone twice, and this place called, I think it's called Lift. No, not Lift. Launch, I think.
Oh.
Basically same thing, but just less stuff to do.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, for like hours, for like not even hours, for maybe like an hour or two, I would just be jumping, like not even doing tricks, just jumping up and down, trying to get as high as I can.
Bro, yeah. The only thing I can't really do at Sky Zone, I think I have the mental block where I can't really do a backflip properly.
Yeah, I don't want to die.
closest I got was like doing a backflip and just kind of landing on my stomach. But the thing is, I can land completely straight on my back. Like I'll jump super high and just slowly rotate and land on my back, like flat, and then bounce back up to my feet, like do all that kind of stuff. But I can't fully commit to the rotation and complete it. But front flips though, easy, light work, all the time, almost
the
hit
back
it every
flips.
time. Yeah, it's them back. I think there was only one time I ever hit a backflip or landed a backflip on a trampoline, and that was years ago in like
Mm.
Pennsylvania or something. And I was like super hype when I did it, because then I tried it again and fell, and I couldn't do it ever again.
This man said Pennsylvania.
Yeah, bro. When I used to visit Pennsylvania all the time, it just be like that though.
Yep. What else fun stuff you do? We can do.
Oh,
Really, you know what I really want to do? I want to do airsoft.
air hockey?
Airsoft.
Oh, airsoft. Yeah, we could probably do that, but then you might get some cheaters though. Let's do paintball.
Paintball. I don't want to do.
Yeah, so that you actually have some evidence of getting hit rather than just like a quick tap or something, and you have to
You have
do
to
the
play an
honor
honor.
system basically.
Yes, I wouldn't mind doing the honor system.
No, let's do paintball, bro. We need that evidence.
You got that
bright
paintball money?
orange evidence.
Do you have that paintball money? You still have to buy a Switch
I don't
for the
know.
game you have.
listen. We're not talking about that.
Whatever you say, gang.
Be like that. It just be like that, bro. You can't always have the money, bro. It's like $350, bro. I don't have that money right now.
Dude, just get. You might as well just get the mini Switch, baby Switch.
No, I'm not getting the Switch Lite, bro. No, I'm trying to get the full OLED Switch.
You want to get an OLED? You're crazy.
Yes,
What's the point?
bro. I literally ordered it before, but it was messed up because
How is it messed
my
up?
mom didn't put delivery. My mom didn't put delivery. Both the game and the OLED was supposed to be partial pay and a delivery, but it like messed up. I think she was like doing it for me on one of the apps, and she like messed up the way she put it, and the Switch itself was put as pickup by like from a nearby GameStop. So I was like, okay, whatever, I'll just pick it up. But then a couple minutes later, I think GameStop canceled it. It was like, we don't have that in stock. So
Damn.
I just couldn't get it anyway. And then I was gonna do another partial pay to get it, and then it's like the app didn't let me do it because I didn't have enough points or whatever that the app does. Like it's just to make sure people don't just be abusing the app.
Mm-hmm.
Like because when you buy something off the app, you have to pay it back before you can like properly buy a big thing again. So
Okay.
that's why it's like it wasn't letting me get it again. So I was like, bro. And then at that point, I was like, whatever. I'll just use this money for the bill we need anyway. So now I've not been having enough to do it.
Speaking of like
So
apps and stuff like that, abusing apps, there's this what pizza app was it? Like one of the big pizza chains, right? And this guy looked at like the code of the app and how it functioned because he was bored. He was like a computer scientist, and yeah, he was just looking at it. He was just tinkering. He was like, oh, that's pretty interesting. You know what he found?
what?
The way orders work is that it's just a simple like 0 and 1 to tick yes or no. When he canceled his order, it went to no. So what he did, he turned it to yes, and the order went through without him paying anything.
Wow.
You know,
I mean, I bet you could probably do a lot of stuff.
yeah, he was a good soul though and did not abuse it. And like
Wow,
get
but
infinite pizzas.
I mean, he probably wouldn't, because then they're gonna notice that they're not gaining money, but still having to make food somehow.
It's like how does this work? Excuse me.
They just see like an order placed in, and then they like see how much he paid. It says $0. Like what? Then they'll probably think it was some reward at first, but then after a while, they're like, okay.
All right, this man ordered 20 pizzas and haven't paid for one. Is this Papa John? Is this Papa John himself ordering this pizza? Are they giving it to him for free?
The name on the order is PJ.
PJ. Do you think the owner of like pizza chains have to pay for their own pizza?
Probably, maybe. Well, they probably like can get it on there like, for free if they wanted to, but they probably don't want to like waste ingredients like that because you know.
I would say it's a waste if they're
if they
eating.
Just have someone pick. I mean, I guess probably just get it if they wanted to, but they probably also don't really eat their own product like that.
Yeah, true. I feel like to make like
Like
one of those big
apparently,
chains though, you gotta like actually enjoy the stuff you like sell, right? Like if
yeah,
I were to make
probably,
like
but
a
like at some
sandwich
point,
chain, I gotta like the sandwich.
yeah, that's how it starts, and then it becomes a business because then you're like, now I just need to make more money to keep this chain going or to make it bigger.
Yeah, no, but like
Then it just becomes
I mean like
more of a business.
specifically speaking, like the big chains that are already successful, like afterwards.
I don't know, maybe because isn't that kind of how like McDonald's started, where like the two owners or founders or whatever, they started out with like small areas, like and they like did proper ways to make the food and stuff, but then they started like I wouldn't say cutting corners, but just making the food making more efficient so that they could get more out in time. So it started making it like weird ways to make food. I think like the egg that they make for their like breakfast stuff is like a water mix or something. I don't remember.
Oh,
It's like
water mix.
now, yeah, the eggs that they use, I think it's like I don't know if it could be just like a liquid egg, like just has a watered down solution of like an egg or something,
Hmm.
or some weird like formula for eggs that when it like heats up or something, it just coagulates into the egg.
Okay. Do you
But
mind
I
working
think
there
they just,
next and telling us about it?
working at McDonald's, bro. Nah. From what I hear, the other places to like other fast food places to work at aren't as I wouldn't say like as efficient as the way Chick-fil-A is, from what I hear.
We've had a conversation
And like,
about
or they're like,
Chick-fil-A in an earlier episode. Remember that?
yeah,
We were talking about like the chains and like how to own a Chick-fil-A. The owners have to work at
yeah,
the restaurant as well.
yeah.
That was a good episode. Audio listeners,
I think
keep watching all the episodes. Every episode is the same quality as that one. Please, I beg you.
same quality. Well, I mean, it's just us talking, so I wouldn't expect the quality to change too much.
Fair enough, yeah. Next up, we
No, but I think
purchase. I send Keegan $17,000 worth of recording equipment.
wow, you're just gonna vlog yourself delivering it to my apartment.
That's content, baby.
yeah,
Content's
maybe
content.
not.
Go on.
But yeah, I think from what I hear, that a lot of other places are usually like understaffed, so they're pretty stressed with a lot of stuff. While Chick-fil-A is, from like the customer's perspective, they're usually overstaffed. From what I've seen, yeah, like we have a lot of staff that just kind of like doing stuff all the time. So like I'm
Overstaffed.
never really stressed to do stuff. I think it's also because the managers themselves still work with us because like they're still in the front with us and the cashiers. Sometimes they do the cashier job too, and just do stuff when it's when there's a lot of people. Even when there's not a lot of people, sometimes they're just doing stuff with us.
That's good though.
It
That's
also
good.
makes it easier. Yeah, it also makes it easier for when like there are customers being rowdy or a customer wants something very specific that you don't know. You just it's a manager that's like standing 2 feet away from you.
You can talk to the manager, and like places like McDonald's, like I see all those memes all the time. It's just like the cashier turns around, then puts on a hat, then turns back around. He's like, "Hello, I'm the manager." What seems to be the issue?
Bro, that's legit the case at Chick-fil-A. Like the manager, you could like come in and the manager would be working as a cashier, because at least in my Chick-fil-A, the way that they start is like the cashier job is like the basic job to start with, because you're not really doing just cashier. You're considered front of house, so it's everything that
Yeah,
encompasses the
that
front of house.
that makes sense.
Yeah, so that's why I started out as a cashier, but then I started learning how to bulk stock, how to do mobile orders, how to like do catering, all that kind of stuff. So now I can do most of the jobs in front of house
Yeah,
if I need
Keegan's a big dog now.
to. I can't do desserts yet though. I mean, I probably could,
They don't trust you.
but I shouldn't. Well, I
Do you not
shouldn't because
trust
I
yourself?
haven't been trained on. Well, I mean, if I probably tried a couple times, I probably learned it, but I don't want to. I kind of also don't want them to have high expectations of me to like expect me to do way more than needed.
Above and beyond, get that raise,
Like
Keegan.
I'm fine
Woo,
whatever they
yeah, Keegan. Whoa, get that
well, I'm
raise.
fine whatever they tell me to do something because they're just like like, hey Keegan, can you like do this for Chris? I'm like, okay, and then I just do it because army stuff is maybe used to just people telling me what to do.
Mm.
So like I don't even question it. It's just like, okay, I got you, and then I do it.
So you're the exact opposite of somebody I know on campus. He does not like authoritative figures or anybody telling him what to do. He lost his Switch and he contacted Nintendo America about it, and they were just like, okay, file a police report and we'll follow the issue closer and we'll look into it more. And he's just like he wants somebody else to be there with him because he doesn't want to talk to adults. I'm just like, wait, you're in college. We're adults.
Bro, like we are the adults.
We are
You
the
need to do
adults.
adult things like communicate with other adults.
Yeah, that's why group work exists. For my tech writing class, we have to do group work, and tech writing, like, it is English course, yes, but it also trains you for the real world. That's what I really like my teacher, what he does for the class. Yeah, but yeah, back to what you were saying. You like know how to take orders. He does not know how to take orders. Do you see? So
Hey, he just got to go to boot camp and then he'll learn. That's pretty much what changes a lot.
he'll probably explode if he goes to boot camp.
Oh yeah,
Don't tell me
people
what
have
to
done
do.
that. Oh yeah, people have definitely done that.
Really?
And then they
Like,
get real humble real fast.
damn,
Especially
my bad,
before
dog.
when before when the drill sergeants used to be allowed to hit them, like hit the trainees.
Hit
It was
them. Heck,
wild. Oh yeah, people they used to be able to. Wow, they used to be
can you
allowed to like, fight.
can they backhand like the trainees?
Bro, no, they used to be able to do
Or just
like hit them, but I don't think.
a full punch?
Yeah,
What type of hit are we talking?
bro, there was this one story one of the drill sergeants told us where some guy was getting like super rowdy in the drill sergeant's face. So, and then like I think he like at some point I think they like agreed upon a fight behind the barracks. So when
A
he came
fight.
out there, yeah. So from the perspective of the trainees, all they saw was him getting loud with drill sergeant. Then I think at some point the drill sergeant and him going out back to the fight. Like they can't see because there's not really any windows in the barracks. So then they went out back, and then when he came back in, apparently he was like all like beat up and stuff, and just all quiet. Didn't say a word after that. While the drill sergeant came in, just being a drill sergeant again, didn't even like mention it.
Drill sergeant
So
destroyed
although
the
they
guy.
probably, I it might have been the drill sergeant that clapped him, but it could have also been like he got jumped by all other drill sergeants.
That would be,
Because like,
bro. Nah,
it's like this is
that's
the real world. You're not gonna be 1-1 in war. They don't care about your feelings in war.
It's the exact same thing that would happen in Vietnam. You get jumped.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
But I don't know. It could have been the drill sergeant clapped him because some drill sergeants are pretty beefy. So.
yeah. I've seen a few drill sergeants. You don't mess with drill sergeants. Their sole purpose is to yell at you.
Well, that's like their job.
They're,
Once you
they're
realize that it's just their job, they don't really care about doing it. They're just doing it to do it, then it's not that big a deal.
yeah, they're not actually terrible people. They're getting paid to be terrible people. To you, at least.
Yeah, a lot of the times though, even during training, like when everybody's just chill and like just doing what they're told, the drill sergeants are pretty like chill too. They're just talking to us, just either giving us their stories or whatever. So like usually pretty chill. They just we have to do things to get through the training. They have to do things as well. So and if someone doesn't want to do things, they have
I
to be able to
suppose
get
drill
rowdy to
sergeants
make
were
them.
also like in the trainees' shoes at one point as well.
Yeah, they definitely were, and it was probably worse for them because they were in it previously or like a time before that
Yeah,
when the when there were not as many safety rules.
true. Damn, drill sergeants got shot.
Oh, bro, it was just bro. Even during my training, there were a couple people that almost got shot. Someone almost
I
got
was
blown up by a grenade.
I was just joking. Okay, let's talk about that.
Bro, like that ass. It's like one time I think this girl we were doing the obstacle course with the weapons with live rounds, so we had bullets inside to
Huh?
shoot targets as we were moving.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
So
Okay.
we did. So the obstacle course is you have two paths, one person on each path, There's
Okay.
barriers around, and there's targets that pop up at random locations. So you have to move up, like with the barrier levels, and shoot the target that pops up. And then once that comes down, you start doing the obstacle course part way. You stop at another barrier to shoot the next target, and it goes like that until you get to the end, where you have to throw a sim grenade. In the obstacle course, you're not throwing real grenades. You're
A
throwing
what
sim
grenade?
grenades, but
Oh,
you
a
shoot.
simulation grenade.
Yeah, yeah. So it just pops. It's like not really a big explosion.
Got it. Got
But
it.
you use live rounds though.
Okay.
And in that there was this girl. So uh, so what the drill sergeants teach us is to every time you're gonna move or do anything, always put the gun on safe. So like you shoot, you put it on semi, you shoot, put it on safe, go move up to the next obstacle. So this girl, she forgot to put it on safe as she was getting up. So when she put her hand on the next barrier to like do the technique where you have to like lean on the barrier, put the gun in between your thumb and index finger to aim properly, she accidentally
Oh.
shot,
Oh. Yeah.
and
No.
apparently
The
it
technique.
like
Sorry. The technique, like you put your thumb and your pointer, then you make like a little V, and you put the barrel on top of your.
yeah, like a C or V or an L or whatever. It just
Okay.
the gun is going in between your thumb and index. So as she was doing that, as she lifted the gun up to put it there, she shot, and it like the bullet apparently went super close in between like that area, because like
The
it almost
squishy
hit her
part in
there.
between the fingers.
She Yeah, yeah, it like got really close. She didn't notice, and she just kept doing it. But the drill sergeant did, and the drill sergeant got really mad
It's like, are you kidding me?
because the drill sergeants are paid to like if they see a safety violation, they will tackle you. Like,
Oh,
yeah.
tackle you. Not even.
Oh yeah, they're within all their rights to break bones if they had to keep you like from dying. And then
Yeah,
so
because
that
you're
was what happened
technically a
one time.
danger to everybody else if you mess up.
Yeah, because you have live rounds. There's two other times where a mistake happened during that obstacle course. So there was another time where I forgot if who it was, but this person did, because you know how you have to do it in pairs, right, with the two pads. The pads
Yeah.
aren't that far from each other. You can still see the other person, like they're just like 10, 20 feet away. But when they were doing that, apparently, when one person was aiming, they also forgot to put their weapon to safe. And when they got up, they shot, and the bullet went right over the other guy's head. Like
Ooh.
we have helmets and stuff like the Kevlar and stuff helmets, but
Okay.
it went right over the head, and obviously the guy didn't notice. He noticed the shot, but he didn't notice that where it
He
went. The
almost
drill
got
sergeant did though.
decapitated. Not decapitated.
And
Almost got headshotted.
so, and the thing about that is, when they do that, the drill sergeant is standing in between the two people doing the obstacle course. So if that was aimed just a little bit further down, that would have just hit the drill sergeant, that whole bullet. And the drill sergeant noticed that and got really mad again.
It's like, you almost killed me. I'm gonna kill you.
Another guy during that obstacle course again forgot to put it to safe. So as he got up, he shot in the floor right next to his foot, really close. So drill sergeant got mad, obviously.
You're shooting yourself in the
Me,
foot, boy.
I forgot to put it to safe when I got up, but I didn't shoot because I know how to like properly move my finger off the trigger when I move.
You
So
can
it
put
didn't
it
matter,
behind.
but
You can put it behind the trigger, right?
you,
So
nah, it's kind of small. I don't think your finger would really fit.
okay.
And
Yeah.
I usually just like take my finger out of the trigger well and just put it on the side of the gun and just let it rest there. So like it didn't matter that I didn't put it in safe. It just wasn't safe. So technically, but the drill sergeant didn't notice. So
Mm-hmm.
so I got out that scot free because I didn't shoot and I didn't put it on.
You weren't an idiot.
So okay, so then another time, this guy almost got blown up by the grenade. It was two times actually. One time, the guy that was about to throw the grenade noticed that he shifted his hand while he was holding the grenade after the pin was out. And the drill sergeants constantly tell us that once you pull the pin out, whatever position you're holding that grenade in, do not move it because the spoon does not have to fly off the grenade to light the fuse. Like they even showed us like with a sim round or sim grenade how like they could just lift their thumb up a little bit and the spoon just barely pops, or barely even moves, and the fuse already ignites and then it pops. So the only reason why I know this is because he told me specifically about it, how his hand like shifted as he did it, and he kind of he didn't even like panic. He didn't move. He just accepted his fate. He like closed his eyes apparently, and just waited for it to explode. And then when it didn't, he was like, "Oh, okay," and then he threw the grenade. That's part of
Really?
the course.
You
It's
said it was
because
a dummy
you
grenade
have
or it was a real grenade?
no, that was the real grenade. He just told me the story about how when his hand shifted, he thought he was gonna blow up in his face right there, and just accepted his fate.
I don't know. He was just just in Zen, just like, you know what?
Yeah,
My
no,
time
because
has come.
the way that you, the way that they make you do it is you have specific steps to follow when throwing a grenade, and there's another drill sergeant there while you're doing it, watching you do it. So if you fail, you fail and you can't graduate basic training. And so I think he was just more worried that they would catch him if he like threw it early by being scared of it and just fail because threw it early.
Mm.
So he just kind of accepted fate by leaving it there.
He really said,
And then another,
GG.
and then the second time, it wasn't even the trainee's fault. It was the drill sergeant's fault. They pushed him out into the blast zone as the grenade got thrown. So they had to yell at him to like throw himself on the ground and lay face down and whatever. Because
So
there was not enough time for him to make it to the barriers.
Wait, so the drill sergeant pushed him into the.
Yeah. So the way that they do it, they have us all lined up in an inside area, and then we go through like some doors to reach the like walls at the end of the course where you throw the grenade. Because you're gonna throw it over the wall and then crouch down and let it explode and then go back. You're good. Or you throw two grenades. But during that time, when one went out, and as they threw the grenade, the drill sergeant pushed another trainee out. It was probably just just to train them, like purposely get them into that situation. But when he did that, they had to yell at him to get down and like lay face down and all that, do the proper way to do it. Because they also teach you like
my
the
mom's
proper way.
calling me. Sorry. Give me a second.
Okay.
Yeah, it's time.
Yeah, I mean, we're almost done with this anyway. But anyway, let me finish this. So yeah, they teach us a proper way to, for any audio listeners out there, they teach us a proper way to, I guess, take the shockwave of a grenade. And it's you also have a way to do it when you have the weapon, like you kind of lay on top of your weapon, from what I remember, I think. Although obviously with the barrel not pointing towards any body part. But during that time, I think he got super scared too, and they yell at him for some reason, even though it was the drill sergeant's fault, which was pretty funny. But that's that grenade story there. I don't think I have any other stories from basic training that were very crazy like that resulted in people's deaths, or almost. Although there was this one story I heard from the drill sergeant, which may just be like a fabrication just to get people to be more safe, I guess. Is there was apparently there's like we have a certain training at the end called Nick at Night, where during nighttime you're crawling through a bunch of sand for like 100 yards while the drill sergeants are shooting live rounds at you. They're shooting right over your head, so you have to keep crawling. So the entire way. And what's cool about it is they like have some like highlighters on the bullets, so if you look up, you see like streaks in the sky. It's pretty cool. And during that time, or not during that time, they told us a story about how someone got scared while they were crawling as the bullets were being shot. Oh, wait. I continued the story.
Okay.
So let me refresh. I finished the grenade story and I started a new one.
Okay.
Let me refresh. So, because I said I don't think I have any other dangerous stories, but there's this story that a drill sergeant told me during. So we have a training called Nick at Night, or just Nick, because I think it's called like Night Infantry or Infiltrate or something.
Nick at Night,
combat.
YouTuber.
No, just it's NIC essentially.
Nick.
So what we do in that part, we crawl through like 100 yards of like sand. We have to do a specific type of crawl with your weapon and all that, and you have to keep the barrel out of the sand, obviously. Mm-hmm. And when we're doing that, drill sergeants are shooting live rounds at us, like right above us. So we have to stay crawling the entire way. Like that's the point of the training. And what's cool about it is they actually have like highlighters on the bullets that if you look up, you'll see streaks in the sky of just the bullets flying over your head. And one story that they told us is a while ago, one trainee, as they were doing that, they got scared of the gunshots and like they panicked and stood up and they got shot right in the head as they did that.
Man got killed, right?
And like, because of that, the drill sergeants now have to aim a little bit higher so that even if someone stands up, they're not really in danger, but it's still kind of in danger just in case, you know. If the angles of a drill sergeant that shoots is like just a little too low for your height, and then boom. So they still encourage you to stay crawling because you don't exactly know what's gonna happen. Because I think the way that they're set up, they can't really aim low enough to hit us. I think because like the way the barriers are set up where they are. But I've heard some like that story. Some people have said that that's probably a fake story just to get people, you know, more scared and stay, you know, crawling. It didn't really scare me. I'm just like, oh wow, headshot, nice. And then I just
Good shot.
my own thing. Good shot, bro. Nice shot.
The guy was working on his camo challenges for COD.
Camo challenges?
Yeah, you gotta get headshots for your camo challenges.
Oh yeah.
He's trying to get a gold gun.
Maybe.
No, he was one off of a kill streak. That's why.
Wow. See, I don't know if I'll ever become a drill sergeant. Like I've been thinking about it while I was in training. Like if I was a drill sergeant, how would I do things? Because I'd be a very chill drill sergeant and not really care.
It's like, you guys are good.
Yeah.
You just
like,
yell,
like,
but in lowercase or something.
Like, no, I probably wouldn't even yell. I'd just be like, look, guys, you messed up. Do some push-ups right now.
Do some pussy right now. What if like they actually tick you off? What would you do?
I don't think I would get ticked off because I don't care like that.
But it's your job to care.
Okay, maybe, but like
yeah,
I don't know.
You're getting paid to yell at them, so what's going on?
Yeah, but like I probably wouldn't even be able to sincerely yell. Like I'll try yelling and then they'll just laugh because like I'd be laughing at myself just trying to yell insincerely.
Like, get a load of this guy, loser.
I'd probably say that to myself. Like, get a load of me for trying to yell at y'all.
Guys, make fun of me right now.
So I'd probably be like a very chill in that sense. Like I probably wouldn't yell, but I'd just be like, listen, you guys messed up. Do some push-ups right now.
Dropping you
something. So like I don't. Yeah, so I don't know how I'd handle like trainee like being against me, like or like completely disobeying my orders or whatever, my rules or something, whatever I say. So because I probably wouldn't. I probably even still wouldn't yell. They'll probably teach me how to do it though, like at that point. But I wouldn't want to. I'm not gonna be in the army long enough anyway, because I think you have to be at least a sergeant or a staff sergeant most likely, which is takes a few years to get there.
What are you right now?
And like I'm a private first class.
Ooh, private.
And in June I'll be a specialist. No, I'm not just a private. Private is like the lowest, because after private you become private second class and then private first class. After private first class is specialist. After specialist is sergeant. And in June I'm gonna be a specialist. And if by some miracle everything goes perfect for my last year there, it may be possible to become sergeant like my last month there. Maybe. But
okay,
very unlikely, because my job, there's like not really a bunch of spots open for sergeants, and it's kind of rare to even become a sergeant for my job and all that.
What if you're just that good? Will they make an exception? Just like, you know, this guy really deserves it.
It doesn't matter how good you are. It doesn't matter how good you are. It's the army. It's like an actual army opening thing, army wide. It's not just your unit or whatever. So like, if there's no job openings for sergeants,
so even if you're better,
no matter what I do,
even if you're better suited for being a sergeant than another sergeant, they're just like,
if the other sergeant is already a sergeant, they're not gonna just like demote him just to promote me. That's not how it works.
What if there was
the way that they work?
What if there was a situation where that guy got demoted and there's a space open for you now?
Yeah, I was about to say, like, it would have to wait until either he gets demoted like on his own by doing something stupid, or gets promoted, and I have to wait for that. But even then, they have to consider me up on with like a bunch of other people trying to be sergeant as well, and they'll see like how many points we got if we did the training and everything, and then choose from like there, like if we got any counselings at our unit or any like Article 15s, they'll see that, be like, okay, I guess this person's probably better to be a sergeant.
Will you ever
It just
go
all
back
depends.
after you're done? Because I know Fried. You know Fried.
Yeah.
Fried went back. What about you? Will you ever go back?
Most, if I actually do re-enlist, I'll probably do Air Force.
The chair
Because
force, huh?
then I won't have, yeah, bro. Because I
Dude,
won't have
I
to
love
do
sitting down.
like,
I do it every day.
well, I won't have to do the basic training for Air Force because I did Army basic training, which is harder.
Oh, so you skip ahead.
So essentially, yeah, and then I just go to tech school in Air Force for whatever job I choose. Well, if I like try to join the Navy and all that, I still have to do the basic training because I think Navy or something is like the hardest basic training, or one of the hardest.
The
I
Navy
think Army is
basic
like second
training,
hardest.
swim.
Yeah, I think Army is like second hardest. I think Navy is pretty much the same as the Army, just adds a lot of water elements to it.
Pretty sure, isn't there like an ice like thing you have to swim in?
I don't know. I don't really know how the Navy does things. I just know how the Army does things, and a little bit of the Air Force, but that's it. And maybe some Marine stuff. But
Chair Force 1, baby, that's what I'm talking about.
I mean, the only reason why is because I kind of know like how the Air Force is pretty laid back compared to the Army, like, and higher quality of life stuff. So, like, it'd be more chill than it is now, I guess, for the Army training. So I don't know though. I probably won't though, because I don't really care about the military stuff like that. I just joined on a whim anyway.
You did say you joined because you wanted to work out. It's slacking
Well,
off.
I said
Next
that.
time I see you, better have
Said
six.
that.
You got 6-pack abs, right? No.
No, bro, that's not how six pack. That's not how abs work.
Yeah, that's how that works.
Like, may have gotten stronger, but that doesn't mean like I've lost the fat on my body, bro. Like that. Like maybe a little bit, but I still have to eat a lot.
So what I'm sensing is that you don't have abs.
Not right now. It's more just like flat, like it's always been. I've gotten like slightly bigger, I guess you could say, but I don't exercise
You
enough
can't
to
really
like.
say flat. It's more like you're in the negative right now because of the little divot in your chest. Like if
I can't change that, bro.
flat,
That's bones. I
if
can't.
flat is 180 degrees, it's flat. You have a little dent in yours, so at that point, it's in the negative. It's not going out; it's going in.
Bro, that's not my fault. That's bone. That's my sternum. I can't like force it to
Don't worry,
come
bro.
out.
I can fix you.
You still haven't seen it too.
That's the wildest part, that you're just showing strangers, people you know,
Well,
like associate with, just like as an acquaintance.
because the circumstances were different. Like for basic training, I was gonna be naked in front of them anyway, so I was like, all right, they're gonna see my chest. It's not gonna
Wow, then
matter.
we were naked. No, I'm kidding.
Wow, we don't gotta talk about that, bro.
You were just shy, was all. He was shy. That was it.
Bro, my chest was shot.
Yeah. He tried lifting up his shirt. The chest pulled it down. Like, no. To anybody but him.
You felt it though. You felt the divot, like you just dragged your finger on my sternum and you feel it go in.
Yeah, but touching and seeing the two different sensations, Keegan.
Oh, so you want the best of both worlds, huh?
Mayhaps.
Listen, bro. Maybe when we move in, you'll probably just like see me walking around shirtless, and then you'll see it then.
It's like, whoa, Keegan, that's pretty wild.
Yeah. By that time, you're probably not even gonna care anymore.
So go Keegan shirtless, hoorah. Put a fucking shirt on.
That's for real. You probably feel like that anyway. Or, I mean, I'm not just gonna like go to your house, like take off my shirt and be like, look at it, look at it,
Look at it, look at it.
Yeah. So I don't know.
So Keegan, to the penultimate question of this podcast. You're carrying 3 things. You have 3 things to survive a zombie apocalypse. What are you taking with you? What do you have?
Bro, okay. Okay, what kind of zombies are we talking about? Are we talking like zombies that may be able to form in real life? Or are we talking about like purely fictional zombies? So like, if there are certain ways a zombie, in quotations, can like sort of become real in real life, but the way that the apocalypse would work wouldn't be the same as you see in movies. So, do you want me to take like the physics, I guess, from a movie of zombies, like World War Z or something, or like
World War Z,
Zombieland
zombies that just sprint at you in full speed
and jump at you and all that, bro?
Yep.
Or you want me to do like Zombieland zombies or something?
World War Z, like they're sprinting after you at Mach speed. They're hungry.
Okay, so the thing is about World War Z is they have figured out that the zombies go for healthy people, right? So you pretty much just have to have some like influenza vaccine on you, so that, or like the flu vaccine or something, because it has like the weakened or dead version of the virus, and you just gotta shoot yourself up every now and then just to get a little sick, and then they'll want to avoid you anyway. And
That's
at that
pretty
point,
smart.
just get any kind of weapon. I don't know how long like vaccines take to like expire or something, if they do expire in a similar way. But just like somehow have a way to get like a little sick, not too sick, because then you won't be able to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be my one thing. Just like if the vaccine doesn't expire, then I just take like a box of vaccines or whatever. Then after that, I'd have another. What is it? The it's not like it's like a combination of objects that makes up one object. But I don't know. Would you want me to consider that as one object or one thing?
What, a combination of objects?
Yeah, so like it would be like a bowl, some saran wrap, and a little cup, pretty much.
What would that be called? What would you call that?
I don't know. That would be my water source, but it's like so. But if I count that as one object, then I would use that as a water source to get water.
Okay.
So that
Fine,
would be another
fine.
thing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's to
Bro
constantly keep getting.
said, this is my infinite water source.
Well, because at some point, if the zombies stay alive, like, and they don't, if they're not using the laws of physics here or the laws of biology in real life, that means they're gonna just stay alive, basically be immortal, and constantly roam in the streets, infecting a lot of stuff. Like just them sitting in like rivers and stuff will like infect it. So like, I'd have to have a way to dilute or.
One of them was taking a bath, just sitting in the lake.
I don't know about that. They'll probably just be walking and fall into it just cause. But like at that point, I'd have to have a way to basically take the water from it and like not necessarily boil it, but have a way to get it and not have to use extra energy. Find a way to make a fire to boil it and then let it cool down. The way that I would do it is just to fill up the bowl with water, put the saran wrap like around it, and like have a little divot in it, and have the cup in the center so that when it evaporates, like put it in the sun so that when the water evaporates, it coalesces, it condenses on the saran wrap, and then it like trickles down into the center where the divot is, and then drips into the cup, so that you have clean water at that point, and it evaporated from whatever else was in it. That's a way you can get like water from salt water if you're like stranded at sea.
That's interesting, actually. I was
gonna
make fun of you for being a nerd.
And then my third item would be a long-range melee weapon.
Gun.
That's not a melee weapon. That's a projectile
musket.
weapon. I can have something that
a musket. It's long range.
Yeah, but the thing is, I can't have something that can conceivably be like used up within like a decent amount of time. Like I need to have like at least a melee weapon, a longer range melee weapon to be able to use. Because even if it breaks, I can still use pieces of it to do stuff because it's just a melee weapon. Like if I
Mhm.
had a long spear and like the end of the spear broke, I can still have the rest of the stick to like keep the
Stick.
zombies away if I need to. Yeah,
My
and
favorite
or I could
weapon.
just
My favorite weapon, stick.
yeah, and even if that's the case, I can sharpen the stick with whatever else may be able to find because you probably find knives anywhere, or
Mhm.
whatever, and just sharpen up the stick. So it just it depends though on the type of zombies because in real life, all you have to do is just wait out the zombie apocalypse, and all the zombies will just decay and die because they're not getting any sustenance to stay alive anyway.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like a majority of them aren't. So it just depends. I don't know what you would bring though. What would you bring?
That's a good question. I want a good melee weapon that wouldn't wear down as easily as what you'd expect. Like katana is awesome, right? But when you're like
Uh,
cutting and slashing away at stuff, it'll wear the blade down. Like you're cutting through like hard bone and flesh, it'll wear it down. If you don't
yeah,
properly clean it, it'll damage everything.
it's better to have more like blunt weapons that can like break
Yeah,
bones, so that you can break like the legs of zombies and make it easier for yourself.
yeah, exactly.
Or just
One
like,
weapon I'd like is Lucille, the barbed wire baseball bat from Walking Dead.
oh, okay,
Baseball bat's like classic. Like you can't go
of
wrong
course,
with it.
of course. Let's get a
Maybe
sledgehammer. Have some weight behind it.
Sledgehammer's great if you can wield it like without too much difficulty. That would be crazy. Like swing it fast enough, that'd be really good. Yeah,
Yeah,
more or less a blunt weapon, kind of like that.
and it has a lot of weight at the end, so it makes it have more force.
Hmm. I wouldn't know what to do about like the food and water situation, but I would. What's one survival item I'd bring?
So food stuff, I only basically covered the water stuff because what you're gonna
Food gonna have
dehydrate
to
fast. You're gonna
forage for, I guess.
yeah,
Ooh, I'm gonna
or
get a life
having
straw. You know what I'm saying? A life straw. You know what that is?
no.
You know what a life straw is? It's a straw.
Oh, oh,
No, 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 no.
oh, you're gonna start drinking your own piss, bro.
Okay, no, it's a straw with a bunch of filters in it that you can put into any water source. And
Yeah, I've seen that. I don't know how well those work. From what I've seen, like they're all right at filtering stuff, but it's still not that good.
you know, maybe like I'm gonna get me a Brita filter. One of the water the water jugs. Give me a Brita.
I don't know.
Give me a Brita
I don't think
filter.
it's gonna be that simple.
Nah, bro,
So,
trust me,
like,
Brita filter.
yeah. But we'll probably have to find a way to, farm and consistent
Of
food
course.
source because the water source you have to at least be able to do that fast because you're gonna start to dehydrate before you start.
Maybe a
To death.
flint and steel for fire.
Maybe just find one from Minecraft.
Yes. The one directly from Minecraft that looks exactly
Just
like
paint
the
it,
pixel. Yes.
paint
Yes.
it on. Well, the way that the pixel works is like that little C that you see is just like a ring of iron or whatever,
Yeah.
and then the flint they just have to drag it across it to create the sparks.
Hmm.
That's why it has that line at the edge of the flint.
Yes.
But I don't know we because that still would run out of like materials to light at some point. You'll run out of the flint because you're constantly scraping pieces of it off to get the sparks.
Yeah, but it'll last for a good while.
Yeah,
If it's like a
probably if you have
sizable
a
like block. Is a good block.
yeah, just get a boulder, a flint boulder. And start
Flint boulder.
chucking.
Infinite fire.
Yeah, like if you have a way to create fire, like an easy way, then yeah, it should be.
Realistically, you could just use any rock to strike it.
I don't know. It depends, because you need a rock that produces heat and sparks from when it's struck.
True.
So like if you get something like talk, that won't really like it will break easily and become
Talk's
powder.
really
But
yeah. Talk is powder. It's a
yeah,
very
yeah. So like if you have enough of that talk powder and aerate it and light it, it'll create a big fireball. But that powder itself is not really like flammable like that.
yeah.
can't just like put it on top of something and it would just catch fire by like scraping it off. Because you can scrape it off with your nails too. Flock is pretty like soft.
Okay, so
So,
something like that. I know for a fact I would want a melee weapon, and I would want flint and steel, flint mostly, obviously.
yeah.
Oh, what's the third one? What would be important? Have the survival item for fire.
I mean, your best bet is probably just find a lot of matches though. Just like, 'cause there'll probably be a lot of stat like in stores and stuff that you could probably get.
Hmm.
I don't know. At least for the modern like areas. The rural
Yeah, I'm sure there's
probably.
leftover knives around to be able to use if I'm in like a urban environment.
Yeah.
For
Yeah. What would be your
third, I'm thinking. I was gonna say maybe like a flare gun.
maybe? But like, what else would you use it except for just like small people? Because you don't really have that
Yeah,
many
no,
flares.
that's what I'm thinking right now. What would my third be?
And if you just have the flare gun, like you'll have to find a way to get flares to shoot.
You know what, Keegan?
What?
Riot gear.
Riot gear, just a full on like
Yes.
SWAT type of gear.
Yes.
I mean, I guess you could do that.
No zombies biting through riot gear, Keegan.
So you just be
No
walking.
zombie. Yes,
You just be
I'm a
walking
tank.
in a crowd of zombies. They're all biting you, and you're just still walking. You just.
It's like I feel nothing.
Although you have to be careful with that because with enough zombies, they're gonna just trample you to death, or just put so much weight on you, you'll just get crushed.
I
anyway.
still won't feel nothing.
I mean, you'll feel the crushing. You probably won't feel any biting until they like somehow take off.
Listen,
right
I
there.
would rather die by crushing than become a zombie, Keegan.
Yeah, the way that you become zombies in World War Z is like pretty wild. You
How
get
do you-
bit, 12 seconds later, you're done. You're a zombie.
You're done, just like that.
Like they actually emphasized it in the movie itself. The main character was like watching as someone just got bit, got out of their car, and like he counted apparently like 12 seconds, and the guy was just spasming and then just stood up, became a zombie, and then started attacking his family that was still in the car.
You said,
Like
oh,
in that amount of time.
that's actually really crazy. Yeah, World War Z
Yeah,
is just like zombies personified. Like everything's just cranked up to 11.
Yeah, it was wild. I mean, like if the zombie apocalypse does happen, I guess you'll have like an initial burst of people getting bit and turned if they do turn that fast. But like if the first zombie doesn't bite anybody before it like decays and dies, then it's not really gonna do much unless someone else like comes into contact with that dead body and then gets infected like that.
Mhm.
It's like slowly spreads until somehow it hits someone in an urban area. They like bite someone and then it spreads pretty fast. But it won't really go too far outside of that city if there's like not much else around it.
Mhm.
So like the big cities will probably get hit pretty hard with the population density, or like places like India or China probably could.
Yeah.
But any other like more rural area, if you just stay inside, it'd probably be fine. And you just have to stay inside for like a couple weeks or something because they'll just dehydrate firstly and just die.
What, the zombies?
Yeah, because they're still human bodies. Just because they're infected doesn't change anything.
In a lot of games and things, infected and zombies would be classified as two separate things usually.
I guess, but
Right.
either way, they're still using a human body that
Yeah,
still needs
yeah.
energy to move.
In most things I see and play, infected are like the freshly turned ones. And they're super fast and stuff. Then we have the normal zombies that are just like slow.
Oh, you know the way that it might work a little bit longer? You ever heard of the parasite that like burrows into like insects and stuff and eats their insides, but the way that it eats it keeps it alive for as long as possible. And
I've heard of this, yes.
and also it like puts its body as it grows, it like moves its body into its limbs and stuff to move it itself as it's like eating the inside.
I've heard it.
So,
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I've heard of this. Yeah.
And so in like that way, maybe if like the infection was like a parasite that eats the insides of the human and moves the human by them like itself, if it moves the humans itself, then it would be like a sort of different type of apocalypse that could make them last longer because the parasite is surviving off the insides of the humans and they're just moving the humans themselves. So maybe if
Maybe.
it was like good, but we're kind of like big meaty bags of flesh that can't really be moved that easily because we don't have an exoskeleton like that.
Has to be
So
some
you probably just
crazy virus or something.
crazy parasite virus, whatever.
Some sicko mode virus, literally controlling humans.
Yeah.
Do you think that's ever gonna happen to humanity? Like something like COVID, but it actually is way more serious. Everything gets shut
You
down.
probably won't get to that degree. Like you probably get a couple people that like die in an extreme way from it.
Hmm.
But like it's like for all new viruses or new like infections and stuff. A lot of times you get like a couple people that like really just died from it directly, and you're like, why did they die from it like that? So or why did they die in that specific way? So then people start researching and realize, oh, it's this new thing that's in their bodies right now, or something like that. Unless the virus or something was already known about before like infections started happening, like which I think happened with the COVID-19. Like there, at least with coronaviruses, we already knew coronaviruses existed because we've studied a few, like influenza. I think is one. So we're like SARS-CoV-2, which is just another like variation.
Hmm.
Just that's also why it's very similar, I think, to influenza, like the flu, your symptoms.
Did you
Because
get your flu shot?
kind of, yeah, actually, I got it a couple last not November 11th, I think. When I went to the Veterans Day parade, they said we could get a flu shot for free. So I was like, okay, I can take it.
He said free. Bet.
Bet.
He said if it's free, it's for me.
It's not like it's that bad. It's just some influenza in the body. It's not gonna kill you.
Alright, we can end the podcast soon. It's been over an hour. I'm just gonna finish up this mission real quick.
Yeah.
Let's talk about how we're gonna deal with the naming of this podcast, huh, Keegan?
Well, we started with like Chick-fil-A and then ended with zombie apocalypse. So.
That sounds pretty fun.
Chick-fil-A, the zombie apocalypse. We could name it like that. But if you want to go more clickbait to get more viewers,
Chick-fil-A is a zombie apocalypse.
Or you could be like, Chick-fil-A is planning the zombie apocalypse? What?
I think that's too much.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. If you want to do clickbait, there are some titles that are kind of like that. And
it sounds like it's gonna get us one extra view. Just one.
Hey, anything to get those numbers up, right?
Yeah, our number's been dropping.
Well, they're not really been dropping. They're just back to being, stable at like around 10 to 20 views.
Yeah, I blame you for the decline.
I didn't even do anything, bro. I actually got us the incline in the first place because of Osu, most likely.
We would never know.
I'm pretty sure it's because of Osu. Because I don't know how many people are just searching up the word gym on YouTube. But I know there's a lot of people searching up the word Osu or the game Osu on YouTube. And that was when we hit a lot of views. It was when we posted that second episode.
So we just have Osu in every title then?
No. Like,
Why?
if you can... Maybe you can, like, either put it in the tags or title the video in, like, a very popular keyword that people will search up. That's how you'll probably get, like... Even if the views don't last, like, longer than, like, 3 seconds, you'll still get a couple more views because of it. That's the way people, like, do the clickbait system. That, like, they just have some keywords in the title or something that's very easily noticeable or searchable, so more people.
How about we end every podcast talking about Osu so we can put Osu at the end?
But then titles aren't going to be unique anymore.
Yeah, but we'll have views.
Yes. I mean, if you're still recording right now, we're just doing like meta talking about podcasts.
Yep.
Yeah, so you can still end it though with zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, that's what I'm probably gonna do. Am I done with
I'm
the
just gonna.
mission? Did I take him to the place? Yeah. What I might do is that for the rest of our podcast, I'm just gonna play Dead Island. It's a good story game. Just killing zombies as we talk.
Yeah. And as long as it doesn't distract you too much, you know.
No, it's just me throwing stuff at zombies and killing them. Alright, but with
Mhm.
that, I think it's a good place to end. It's been an hour 20. Thank you all for listening or watching on YouTube.
Yeah.
We will see you again next week. Goodbye.
Bye bye.